What's good, everybody? Man, it's been a long ride. I'm a brain injury survivor 9 years ago. As of right now, 2012, I was still in the rehab. I couldn't even eat regular food. They had me on parade food. I was trying hard to eat regular food because my birthday was coming up, and I wanted to be able to eat regular food for my birthday. So I worked hard. Anyway, let's get to the story. You know what I mean? I have a traumatic brain injury. Suffered right brain damage and back brain damage, ping pong in my head. Yeah, I was in coma for like 15 days. Everything changed. Man, it was hard having a traumatic brain injury because it's just to even come up with things to say can be so hard. Anybody with a brain injury know this shit is not like a regular thing. It's not. We look regular, but we fall from regular. We struggle with depression, anxiety, sleeping habits, everything. I'm one of the fortunate ones. The people that's way worse than I am. And don't get it twisted, we all have our own significant injuries. Every brain injury is different. And it's so crazy because your whole life changed like that. And and you think people be there for you, but they have their own lives to live and they leave, And you have to be able to progress and work past that. Every day was a struggle for me. Every day, having to learn how to walk again, talk again, swallow. It was crazy. And I worked so hard because I wanted to be, you don't want to get looked at like there's something wrong with you. It was an accident you couldn't prevent. I got hit from behind. On my way to the venue, got hit from behind. Woke up 2 months later, I'm in the rehab. But the crazy thing, I was already up for 3 weeks already, but I was a vegetarian state, so I was up. My brain was still closed. I didn't really start getting vision in my head until I was already in rehab recovery. And I couldn't talk because I had a trach in my neck. We all had the trachea in me. Feeding tube in his stomach. But here's a crazy thing. When I'm in a coma, everybody, my mother and them say, why is knee so swollen? The doctor said, we don't care about that right now. We just safest worry about that later because they cut your shit off. They cut it off. They do what you do to make you survive. They wasn't worried about that. So I'm up now and I'm in all this pain when I'm in the rehab. To the point where I'm thinking my brain is so crazy. It got me thinking that they come in there at nighttime when I'm asleep and banging my knee with a sledgehammer. Yo, this is good saying, yo. Because, I don't know why my leg hurt. This shit is insane. I can't talk. I can't walk. It's crazy. So they finally, so many x-rays, so many MRIs, CAT scans, they finally figured out that my brain caused my knee, my leg to grow into the bone on top of a bone. It's so crazy. So for 4 years, I cannot bend my leg. I could bend it, but not really that because they didn't want to do surgery until the bone was cool. And then they can remove it. Then they can not move it, shave it down enough so I could bend my leg. Got a scar on my knee, but I could bend my leg, still walk kind of crazy. My brain injury, we don't walk accurate because equilibrium is kind of messed up. But I learned to accept my circumstances. I'm here to say, not for anybody to feel fucked up about me. I'm here to motivate anybody that have a brain injury, to let them know, to let you know that you can progress. If you breathing, walking, not even walking, if you just alive in general, your story ain't over yet. You can progress. I came so much long way. 27 years old. My legs was cut. Whole life changed like that. And if your brain injury, you've been through this. You went through this. In a split second, everything about you changes. And the craziest thing is, whenever you get out that rehab, you don't realize, rehab, everybody hurt. We all kind of sort of all fucked up. We all trying to get better. But you don't realize how messed up you are until you come home. And you see the life everybody living, and you can function and live that life, and you start to feel like you're an outsider. And you start even when you're in a room full of people that you know, you still feel alone. And trust me, I get it. And I had to start doing things for me, like going to the gym, going to church, and most of all, accepting my circumstances and knowing that I'm alive and knowing I'm here for a reason. And the story ain't over yet. We might think it's over, but if you breathing, it ain't over. Tell you a quick thing with person that the thing that got me really accepting my circumstances. Say, you know what? I'm good. One day, cause I drive, Lyft, and all that shit, so I pick somebody up. It's a blind man, and we talking. I asked him, "When you become blind?" He said, "I was blind, so I fell off this roof, and I hit my head, and I was blind. I got blind when I was like about 24 years old." And he was in his 30s now. And I asked him, he said, for a while I didn't want to live, but after a while I just told myself that I'm still alive, and I just accepted it. He said maybe God told him that he done seen enough already. Took his eyes away but kept his life. And he was good. I dropped this dude off, and he ain't have no cane. He let me out right here. I'm like, you good? You sure? He like, yeah. Like, I bet. I'm like, this motherfucker could be, you know, I ain't gonna motherfucker, but you know what I mean. If he can be good about his circumstances, I know I can be okay with mine. And I know anybody that's going through it, we can be okay. We might not feel like we understood. Cause trust me, I still don't feel like I'm understood a lot of times. Anybody with brain injury, I know how that feel. You might feel alone. I know how that feel. I'm telling you. I know how that can feel, being alone, being in a dark space, not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You just seeing darkness, 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 darkness. I know how that feel. But I'm here to tell you, you keep on pushing and you be positive. Eventually, the light will shine. You will see the light. I was a truth. I'm telling you, I've been through it. Tube in my head, you know, scar on my head. They had to put a tube right here in my head to keep me going. Bone grew on my knee, feed a tube in my stomach, trach in my neck. Everything changed. But I knew it wasn't over. For a minute, I thought it was over, but after a while, I said, man, I don't want to live like I know it's more than this. I'm alive. I'm breathing. And if you're going through it, you alive, you breathing. If anybody that know anybody with a brain injury, I'm telling you, get to know that person. They can dish it. They're not the same person that they was before they had their brain injury. So you can't judge their actions based on they was before, because that's not them. And a lot of times people think that, oh shit, he's doing okay. No, that ain't them. So you can't get mad at them or just kick up and ready to walk out on them because they feel you might feel like they ain't mean. It's not them. They going through something that really, if you know her brain injury, you really don't understand. Only they understand. And it can be hurtful. The suicide rate when people have brain injury is so high. I'm telling you. I didn't believe it. I looked it up and started doing the math. Because people don't want to live no more. They feel like they're alone. This is crazy. So I wanted to make a video and use me as motivation. I still got ways to go, man. But like, subscribe on my page. I'm going to post videos about traumatic brain injury, numerous things about people uplifting their life. Not only about brain injury, if you're going through something in general, just any kind of pain in life in general, you have to know that it don't rain forever. Eventually the sun will come out. It don't rain forever. It might look like it's going to rain. It might rain for a minute, but the sun will come out eventually. Don't forget to smile. And don't forget to like, subscribe to my page. Brain injury survivor. I beat the odds. I beat it. And if you have brain injury, you can beat the odds and beat it too. Always love, man. Out, yo. What's my saying? Stay blessed and never stress. Deuces.